Hi Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy. This is your summer reading. So we're going to be taking a look at the time period in between the summer solstice on June 21st into around the fall equinox on September 20th. So we're going to be breaking that down month by month and taking a look at what to expect from the energies, what the angels want you to know. I do recommend with these videos, I'm doing one for every sign, that you take a look at the videos for your sun, your moon, and your rising so that you can get a more comprehensive reading for you. I also like to make sure that I cover the fact that these are general readings, right? So you have to use your own intuition. What messages connect for me? What messages align for me? Take what resonates, leave the rest, okay? We're gonna dive in. We're gonna take a look at first the cards that I pulled for the overarching themes throughout this entire time period of the summer. So the first card that we have is the lightning card. This is the power card, right? So we see you connecting with your power in some way throughout this time period. I definitely see that process happening for you in the development of the 3 months, but we notice that you are reconnecting with that you are allowing yourself to level up, to go to a new level, to feel more empowered. And we also see you moving into this new moon energy, this promise energy. So the first thing that I feel called to say about this card is just that new moons are very connected with manifestation, creation, right? But at the beginning of the new moon, we are planting the seeds and we are giving them the time and the space to develop. And so that's where this energy of the promise comes in, that as the moon develops, as time develops, as we take actions, as we feel called, as we feel led, that it helps to support the journey. It helps to support the process of manifesting those things that you want to manifest. So I think that it will be helpful to come back to this idea of this promise from God, from the universe, from your angels, from your guides, whatever that is for you, from your ancestors, that they are actively working behind the scenes to help support you on your best life path. And so whatever you are trying to manifest that aligns with that, they are going to help support you with. And they're also going to help to show you what you need to see so that you can be on your best life path. So I definitely see you learning some lessons with that here over the course of the summer. So let's take a look at the months as we do the breakdown of those. So the first month is going to highlight the month of June 21st into and around July 20th, give or take. Energy is flow, right? Energy can't really be contained to time, but this gives us a general sense of what it is that we can expect of the energies that are coming in. So the first card that we have here is the Chariot card, clarified by the Knight of Cups. So you're thinking about making some moves, thinking about making a move. Maybe you're thinking about moving, right? Considering that, like you're thinking about, my sense of this is like that you're moving away from this Knight of Cups in reverse energy. So this is an energy of maybe a promise that wasn't fulfilled, or a vision that you thought that you had with someone and it kind of fell flat, or an opportunity that you felt that you had that didn't quite go the way that you wanted it to go. Something coming to a close. Maybe it's a disappointment. Maybe it's a commitment that you expected to get, but it didn't quite happen for you. Maybe it was even just somebody reaching out and expressing their feelings towards you, right? Maybe you're waiting on that, because that Knight of Cups can certainly be that energy, but that either didn't come in or it didn't develop in the way that you wanted it to. And so that is providing you with this contrast for your life. That is providing you with this, ultimately, this motivation to move forward with your life in some way. You might not actually physically be moving, right? You might just be moving forward out of a situation where I feel like maybe you've been reflecting on it, you've been thinking about it for a long time, or been stuck in it for a long time. But we see you deciding here at the beginning of the summer to move forward with your life, or to actually make a move, or to head in a different direction. toward the things that you really want. So I like this for you. I think this is a really powerful start to what we have going on. And the other piece of that, though, is we see you kind of here still a bit in the struggle, right? Because we do have this 9 of Swords that is clarified by the 5 of Wands. There is a kind of a cloudy energy throughout some of this reading, right? I think for the first 2 months, you are going to feel a little cloudy. You are going to feel a little in your head. I think you're trying to process a lot. And Swords cards, air cards are connected to your sign as well. And so you're going to experience it that much more as Libra energy. This is really saying don't get too much in your head about it, though, because if you overthink it, if you spend too much time in your head over things and you just like let things live rent-free in your head, you're never going to get anywhere, right? So like at a certain point, you do have to try to step out of your head. You do have to find a way to progress and move forward, even if your brain, just out of habit, keeps trying to call you back into old ways, old thoughts, old patterns, habits, whatever this is. But I think that you're choosing better thoughts, and that's certainly the advice here, is to find a way to choose better thoughts. Find a way to pull yourself up and out of this, whether even if it's just like distraction. Maybe you're distracted with the excitement over whatever this chariot is, whatever this thing that you're moving toward, or even the excitement or the pride, being proud of yourself in moving out of a difficult energy, right? So we don't see you fully moving out of that energy, but you're starting that movement. You're starting to move away from that. This is the very beginning of that. There's also a warning here about being mindful to not create self-fulfilling prophecies. So what you focus on, what you think about, you feed. And so you want to be really, really mindful about what you're focusing your thoughts and your energy on this month. I feel like specifically clarified by this 5 of Wands, there's still this process of thinking about like what didn't go well, or where maybe you would have done something different. And I certainly think that there are things to learn through that, but part of the message here is to not get too wrapped up in what could have been or how you might have changed it, because outside of just learning and doing better moving forward, I don't think there's a lot of value to it, or reliving things that were said to you, the way that things happened, because things happen the way that they happened. And I don't say that in a way, like, I don't mean that to sound harsh, right? But I think that there is an acceptance here. And maybe that's what this Chariot energy is just that acceptance of, okay, I don't maybe like the way that something happened, but things happened the way that they happened, or, whatever. And now I'm choosing just to accept that and to move forward with my life. And I'm not going to stay caught up in the drama, because like this 5 of Wands calls you into the drama a little bit if you allow it, right? This is also to being mindful about gossip and having a sharp tongue, okay? Being mindful about the way that you speak about yourself, about other people, because I think there's possibilities here if you get too emotional, or if something triggers you, for you to say things that you'll regret, do things that you'll regret. So this is about just like checking yourself a little bit here this first month of summer. So we're going to move in here into the second month. So the second month representing around July 21st into around August 20th. So we see here some level of temptation, possibly financially or resources. We have the 4 of Pentacles clarified by the 7 of Cups. Okay, so there's some kind of calling to prepare financially, right? Or if it's not finances, it's like your resources, maybe your time, your energy, and some level of conservation of that. So if we're talking about like your energy levels, or we're talking about how you're spending your time, your energy, whatever, I definitely would make sure that you're leaving room in your schedule for the things that you're needing, and to kind of just relax a little bit, to debrief a little bit, to balance out a little bit. There's a call for balance. And there's a call for being mindful of how you're investing your time and your energy and your money into things, right? There's a call to bring that into balance. So we do have this 7 of Cups, right? So this can be a situation where all of a sudden you find all of these things that you want to spend your money on. But I'll keep it real with you, this feels like self-sabotage, right? Because I think with this Chariot, there's like this awareness of the direction that you want to go. And there are some steps that need to be taken in order to get you there. So that might mean saving a little bit more money than you typically would. It might mean spending a little bit less money than you typically would. We don't want you to go into like a lack-based mentality or feel like you can't spend any money at all. But this is just a call to come into balance, because that 7 of Cups is like all of these options in front of you, right? This could be in relation to dating or spending time with other people, right? You might all of a sudden have all of these options available to, but some of those options are going to be better than others, and you don't want to just invest your time and your energy and whatever else into all of these different people and have your energy field be split, strained, right? We don't want to put strain on any of your systems, because there's this call to bring things into balance. There's this call to create a solid foundation underneath yourself so that you're ready for the exciting things that you have coming up ahead. So that feels very important, probably the most important message of this reading. We then have this Ace of Air, or Ace of Swords in reverse, clarified by the 7 of Wands in reverse. So still feeling unclear about some things, maybe still feeling in your head about some things, trying to understand some things, trying to decide where you want to go with some things, right? Like this is a very, especially with that 7 of Cups energy, this is kind of a confusing energy. I think it's going to be kind of a confusing month. And so part of the message is to like tease out what everybody else wants from you, or to make sure that you are listening to your soul and not what everybody else is expecting for you to do. There's also a call to have an open mind, right? To let your guard down a little bit and to have an open mind to look at some things from different perspectives, to hear different opinions. And that doesn't mean that you have to like agree with the opinion or follow the opinion, but I really feel like having an open mind is going to lead you into the clarity that you need to connect with, whether it's having an open mind and you connect spiritually because you have an open mind and intuitively you're connecting with more of your messages, or having an open mind when you're interacting with other people or just out in the world, and that sparks some kind of an awareness, some kind of understanding. And I think that if you have your defenses up and you're not willing to listen intuitively or with other people or in this world, that you will be blocking out some really important messages for yourself. The top row of cards that I have here is representing that time period of August 21st into around September 20th. So the first card that we have here, and this is where clarity comes in, right? We see clarity in this last month with the Page of Air or the Page of Swords, clarified by the World. You get it. It's like a burst of inspiration. It's an awareness. It's truth. It's a plan. It's the beginning of a plan. It's I always say like Page of Swords is baby clarity, right? Like it's when clarity starts to come in, but you suddenly know what you're ready for, right? With this World card, you know the direction you're heading. You know where you want to go. You know the direction that you're driving this chariot. And so some of you guys are moving. Some of you Libras are moving. Or changing jobs, or moving into just a new energy, but definitely you're changing. There are changes coming in, but these feel like good changes, like some stuff you've been waiting on for a long time. We take that 4 of Pentacles to mean that you're focusing on getting your resources together, your money together. Suddenly when you decide, okay, it is time for me to move, or it is time for me to take this trip, or it is time for me to explore this opportunity, you have the extra money or the extra energy, time, resources in order to be able to do that. So I think that that'll make more sense, but just listen to where you're called to bring some things into balance. Maybe we're talking about the physical body, right? Maybe you need to bring your physical body into balance, and that allows for you to have some life experiences that if you weren't well, you wouldn't be able to have, okay? That step is so important, that balance that needs to come in. The next cards that we have here in this top row, so for that last month, is the Six of Wands clarified by the Justice card. This is victory, right? This is also a forward moving card. If you can see, like, he is on a horse moving forward, being celebrated, returning from battle victorious. And this is about victory. This could be a big win, a small win, but I do feel like it's just going to feel like celebration and success, but it's celebration and success after hardship. This person in this card is coming back from war. This might also be like people seeing you, celebrating you, recognizing the work that you've done, recognizing you in a new light, right? It's because you're showing up in a different energy by the end of summer. It's really, really beautiful. There are also, for those of you, some of you are struggling with this Justice card. Some of you are waiting on a situation that needs justice, you know? Maybe you're waiting on something related to court. I would definitely say that's going to be successful, and that this might be the timing for that. Or maybe you're just like waiting for some kind of life circumstance to come back into balance, or some way that someone has done you wrong. Maybe it's this Knight of Cups in reverse, right? This person or this thing that didn't deliver in the way that it was, you thought that it was meant to, or you thought that it was going to, right? But we see something coming back into balance where justice is served, where that feels like karma was handled. And the beautiful thing about karma is you don't have to do it at all. You don't have to handle it at all. You don't have to take care of anything at all. You just focus on your light. You just focus on taking care of you. Karma will take care of the rest, right? The energy that we put out to the world is the energy that we get back, period. It might take a little time, but you don't have to do anything to make justice happen. The universe takes care of that for you. So keep that in mind, but I definitely see you in a much clearer energy, a much better feeling energy as we're wrapping up summer. I think it's going to be quite a journey, but it's leading you to exactly where you're supposed to be. Don't be afraid to jump. Don't be afraid to move. Don't be afraid to head in the direction of the things that you're feeling called to head toward. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here today. If these messages resonated with you at all, please hit that like button. I'd love to hear from you in comments. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button to my channel so that you can catch all of the videos that I have up on here and that I will be sharing.